Hello, and welcome everyone to another episode of Third Action. We're on episode 60, and I am your host, Jason, and these are the same three demons trapped in strange magic circles that drain their life force. In the bottom left, we have the demoniest demon of them all, Asher Ford, Human Ranger, played by Charlotte. Oh, you guys are muted. Ha, I muted you guys again.
No.
There you go.
That's just rude.
Jason. We're not allowed to speak.
That's part of the curse. Greshy, Ironroot, played by Will, is in the middle. He's got something in his mouth. And then bottom right, we've got Gunn, Shough, played by not Rock, but Adam.
But is the best demon a good thing? If you're the best at being a demon, doesn't that mean you're extra bad?
Doesn't
So
seem
I'm-
like
I'm the worst
so
demon.
bad.
Ah, okay, yeah. Well,
Is that how it works?
in any event, hello everyone. Today we've got another fun, nice little episode for you. This is filmed the same day as our previous episode. I redeemed some of these things in the chat. Cool. So, last time on Third Action, our group of intrepid adventurers made their way out of the dam, regrouped themselves, thought a bit more about it, figured there might not be too much to lose by doing at least a little bit of exploring further, with the understanding that perhaps this dam isn't going to last too much longer and it would be worth at least trying to see what they could do. In fact, they were able to find a strange magical mechanism at the bottom of the dam that powered the skulls on the front of the Skull Crossing. Fortunately, they used demon's life energy as the fuel source. Two demons seemed to be needed, but one of them was dead. So Greshy heroically sacrificed his self, or perhaps accidentally sacrificed himself to the dam, draining his energy, dooming himself permanently, and
You can be an accidental hero. I think
Yeah.
that's still a hero.
If he
But
had
yeah.
kept that one roll, would he have just died?
no, it just would have been way worse.
Okay.
I actually thought that was what would have happened.
Yeah,
Well,
I was
terrible.
absolutely thinking like, oh, dead.
I
Yeah.
didn't think I was dead initially, and then seeing what I got for a success.
Yeah, certainly critical
The best
failure.
hero point in
Yeah.
show history.
Re-rolled into a critical success. Left him only drained 2 and doomed 1 permanently.
Turn that frown upside down.
Yeah. But not so permanent. So you guys returned to Fort Rannoch, where you met up with Jakardros and the others, formulated a plan to, 3 of you, plus your pets, plus Shalala, would attempt to infiltrate the ogre's apparent stronghold somewhere deep atop Hook Mountain to the northwest. With the Night's Rest behind you and a little bit of magic to get rid of that drained condition on Greshy, but not the doomed condition, you prepared to head out. You're already on your way and have found seemingly some of the ogre's own trails up the mountain that'll let you go up without any danger, but takes a little bit longer to do. So you can kind of walk up some steep inclines rather than climbing all the way up. But I think you guys wanted to retroactively do something.
Yeah, we did
real quick.
remember that in the morning we were supposed to roll identification attempts on
Sure. Yeah. What items are you trying to identify?
we have a scroll that we still don't know what it does, and we have some magic lacy gloves.
Oh.
Pink. They're pink, by the way.
Okay. I guess give me checks for both of those. Let's see if I remember what on earth were those.
Well, we got 3 spell scrolls. One was Fire Shield, one was Death Ward, and one Gunn couldn't quite figure out. So, I'll take a
I'll
look here.
Start with that one.
I made like a treasure thing at some point. Is that where I put
You
it?
did, but it wasn't in there. I mean, the pink lacy gloves were, as well as the comb.
I think I have the real descriptions are in the GM notes of those. Where are they? There we go.
I see.
Loot. Troll stash. Okay. Yeah, give me any kind of magic-related
I'll try
check
the
for
scroll
the
first,
gloves.
since mine's fast.
Where were the scrolls
23.
from? Do you remember where the scrolls were from?
They were from I believe that was actually the Ettins area.
Yeah, I think so.
Because we found 6 large pearls, a potion of quickness, and an ivory scroll tube with scripts of date around the edges of the tube, and then 3 spell scrolls in there.
Okay, that one. One sec, let me check what that is. But yeah, so you got a 23 on that check.
hmm Incidentally, I'm gonna keep that potion of haste on hand as well.
Sorry, I'm confirming that this is what the spell was supposed to be. Because I did not write that one down properly. There we go. Sorry.
That's okay.
Sorry, I'm looking at the spell list again to remind myself. Whoops. Hope you're all having a lovely night.
Mhm.
You get to spend it with me.
It's a little smoky outside.
What do you have for a snack, Will?
It's a protein bar.
Ooh. Does it have a
Chocolate.
flavor? Oh, okay. Well, I just have popcorn.
Mhm.
And tea.
I also have tea, but there's a little bit of cranberry juice in it.
Ooh. Mine's strawberry pomegranate.
Oh, that's nice.
Had some dark chocolate and
Ooh.
some of these harvest snaps.
What is a
Ah,
harvest
there we go.
snap? Oh.
I found it. The spell is spell immunity, 4th level.
Oh, that might be handy.
Ooh.
I mean, it's not going to stop Lucretia from running away if she wants to, but still, it could be handy.
And then I guess one more check for the other.
Okay,
Go for it.
for the gloves, a 30.
Yeah, a 30 will do it. The gloves are gloves of storing.
Gloves of storing.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Both handy.
really handy. All right, well,
Don't I
Greshy's
have
going to
those?
continue to wear them for the moment, but we may switch that around in a bit.
Yeah, I have gloves of storing too.
Oh.
You have pretty ones.
I do. They're very nice and fancy.
Asher's are very functional. Greshy's are very lacy
De-
and pink.
Hey, some fancy people need to store their stuff too. Hey, she doesn't have to wear a purse, or he.
Yeah, that's true.
This actually solves the conundrum I was thinking about earlier.
Ooh.
That was a huge conundrum, but
All right. Well, that's what you found out that you have.
Can you
Fabulous.
store something in these gloves and then store these gloves in the other gloves of storing?
I think that just explodes things.
Yeah, things
Sounds like-
happen when you start to put pocket dimensional stuff into other pocket dimensions. It's not
I
great.
guess there'd be no benefit to it because you are just storing the gloves that already have something.
Oh.
So it's not like double storage.
If they are gloves of storing, does anything come out?
You snap your fingers and into your hand pops a wand. It is some kind of... it almost looks like it's a metallic wand, maybe a wood core, but kind of like a thin metallic sheen on the outside. Can I describe it a little bit better? I think I can. It's got these kind of lightning-shaped etches all across the sides, and at the tip is a lightning bolt.
Oh, this could be fun. Gunn, you want to take a quick look at this?
Sure. Yeah, don't mind if I do.
Oh, and the way you get the item is you snap your fingers and hold up your hand, and then each of your fingertips starts to glow with like almost like they're being lit with fingernail polish, and then the wand kind of like teleports into your hand, and you like grasp it.
You're a magical girl, Greshy.
What I've always wanted.
A 16 on the religion check to identify this wand. I think that's a no. Yeah, you don't know what spell this is. It's definitely a magic wand.
All right. Well, I'll take a little bit longer to figure out what that wand might be. I'll try nature. That's much better. That's a 36.
36 for this item. I was just looking at the DC. Yes, this is a wand of crackling lightning. Once per day, you can use it to cast lightning bolts, but the spell area is twice as large.
Oh, is it? It does it like two side by side, basically.
Yeah, you get two adjacent and parallel 120-foot lines.
Excellent. Which level is this?
This is the 8th level item, so 3rd level spell.
3rd level spell. Okay.
Yeah, so 3rd level lightning bolt.
That's not bad at all. That should be fun.
Just put that away right back where it came from.
I'm going to do exactly that.
Keep it always ready.
All right. Then we cut ahead to the group trudging through the snow and cold as they make their way up Hook Mountain. Unless you guys wanted to do anything else back in the fort.
I would have used lay on hands and then gotten that point back.
Sure, that's fine.
So that Greshy could get some other 30 hit points back.
That's
probably good enough.
I'm good. I'm also munching.
Why am I? There we go. Let me just open up my core rule book to the right page so I remember what's going on. Okay. So, you guys start to make your way up through the rainy weather. As you go higher and higher up the mountain, the air gets thinner and thinner, it becomes harder and harder to walk, and the rain begins to turn to snow. Ice crystals fall all around you. It's odd, the rain is so loud, yet the snow is so quiet and even absorbs sound all around you. After a point, all you hear is just your boots trudging through the thin layer of snow on the mountain. It's not terribly deep. Snow's maybe only like an inch and a half, but still quite cold. But you guys all have cold weather gear, except for 2 of you. So I guess give me 2 more fortitude saves. Let me confirm that this isn't severe cold real quick. That's environment damage.
Sorry, I unmuted myself. It's a 21 for Phelan.
21 for Phelan. Alright. And for Rock?
A 30.
30. Okay. Rock is fine. He's got those nice thick feathers to fluff him up. Phelan seems a lot more agitated with the weather. And sorry, I'm looking at something. Sure. Okay. And Phelan takes 7 points of cold damage for the first hour. Give me some more fortitude saves for the second hour of travel. Alright, it's
Another
a 37 and a 30. Both of them are fine. For this leg of the journey, they're starting to get used to the cold. The rest of you are all kind of bundled up a little bit tighter. Shalelu's got like her scarf pretty tightly close to her body. The rest of you are just kind of. I guess Asher's got his now. What do you have now? A zebra print shawl?
I think it was zebra print.
Yeah, I have
Poncho.
a zebra poncho.
Zebra poncho. And
It wasn't a
your
print.
like cold
I
jacket.
think
It was a real
a
zebra.
real zebra.
My real zebra.
Yeah,
I've never
it's real
seen a
zebra
zebra
leather.
before. This
Yep.
striped animal. It must be a tiger, which I have not seen before.
Yeah, strange white striped tiger. And Gunn is similarly just like rubbing your hands together every once in a while, blowing into your hands to keep yourself warm. And third hour up the mountain. Give me 2 more fort saves for the 2 of them.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Rock is crushing it. So is
Phelan got a
Phelan.
natural 20 for 38.
He warms everyone around
16
him.
total. Oh, sorry, total of 29 for Rock.
So Rock will just take half of this. Rock takes 3 points of cold damage, and Phelan is fine.
I have a question about the snow.
Yep.
You said it was an inch. Does it seem like the snow isn't snowing as hard as the rain is raining?
Huh.
Yeah, because that would make. Maybe that's just what's fresh.
I guess it's more that the trail that you found is just a bit lighter, or is like a bit more covered, and has more tree cover along the way, and is just less thick snow on the ground. If you were to
And people
deviate,
walked
and
on it.
yeah, it's clear that ogres or something, big creatures have come through here. So it's a little bit more pressed, a little bit maybe intentionally scooped away. They should give me a survival check. It's certainly snowing
question.
pretty heavily, but sorry, what? Yeah, question.
No, I said good question.
A good question.
I have a 23 for survival.
23. You can tell that the rain clouds below and the clouds up here are all kind of part of one. Seem to be like one continuous system. But certainly it is probably snowing a little bit less than it is raining. Yeah.
Okay. I will accept the treaded wear.
Okay. So, after about 3 hours of taking these back paths, following Greshy's guidance, as you spot occasional hints of ogres, ogre passage, and like remnants of their tracks, markings along trees that they've left behind, you eventually snake your way around the northern face of the mountain and begin moving as you ascend further towards the peak to the south. As you do so, you can spot waving in the distance in the snow 2 large banners made of some kind of thick leather hide, painted red, possibly with blood, possibly with some kind of dye. Just kind of waving there in the snow at the mouth of a large cave opening. That's about 70, 80 feet. Give me perception checks. Everyone.
I see 2 new ponchos.
They're big. They're way bigger than you.
That's okay.
38 for Greshy.
See. 34 for Asher.
Need 2 for Gunn. Not really.
Okay, and Shillelagh is also looking out there, trying to squint your eyes through the snow. I guess that would, Greshy and Asher and Shillelagh. You can all see what appear to be 2 ogres just beyond the opening of this cavern, standing as if guarding the entrance. Behind them, you can just make out the massive bones of some kind of large creature, much larger than even the 2 ogres there in the entryway. The bones are kind of framing the cave mouth in a very menacing sort of way. You both also notice that there's a large amount of smoke billowing out of the cave. Mostly along it's kind of billowing along the roof of the cave and out into the wind, and just kind of immediately dissipating. So not enough to cause like a massive smokestack, but there's enough smoke there that you can see it if you look closely through the snow.
I think Rock, stay here with Phelan. I should go invisible and try to get behind the 2.
If you can at least scout
Watch
out,
out
see
for your
what's.
And then-
snow tracks.
Oh, that's a good point, actually.
You guys, if you wait, if you, unless you hear anything start to go down, give me about a minute and then engage.
All right, can do.
So you're kind of looking at a big, just kind of open. So you guys are currently in the trees, roughly like 250 feet away from this opening, this cave.
I thought you said 70, 80.
Sorry, the cave mouth itself is 70, 80 feet wide. It's a massive cave opening. You guys are a good 250 feet away or so, hiding in the underbrush.
I see.
But between you and the cave is just a big, open, basically snowfield. There's a couple of tree stumps that have clearly been cleared out, but otherwise it's just a wall and leading right up to a big open field with a kind of the mountain wall and these 2 ogres standing.
Okay,
in between
in that
these
case,
banners.
that's one option. Another would be I can message back over that distance, but you guys won't be able to respond to me. I could go have a look, and if there's just the 2 ogres, I could indicate when you should attack.
I think that's a fair plan. If
They'll
you can.
probably come running out for you, and then I can engage them from behind.
Yeah, I'm just worried about the snow tracks.
Mhm.
Because if they spot that, it leads back to us.
Well, if they spot that, Gunn can message us
the,
real quick to let us
is
know
the-
that they're on
is
their
the
way.
Run
trail-
around.
Is the trail compact enough? Or will I be kicking up snow as I try to approach?
Yeah, because it could have a lot of footprints on it already. Which makes
Well, there kind of ceases to be a trail as you approach. It is literally just a massive, like, big circular clearing ahead of you.
Well, I have one.
It would be
Another
a
trick.
perception, or it would be a stealth check versus their passive perception, or their their perception checks against your stealth. I guess in this case you're actively doing something, so it'd be your stealth check versus theirs.
I have one other trick I can use also. I can use my Boots of Elvenkind to ignore difficult terrain and sort of like maybe travel for at least one round without kicking up snow, perhaps. Would that fall under that effect, do you think?
Sorry, what boots were these? Did you say?
Boots of Elvenkind.
Boots of Elvenkind.
It worked in the movie, that one movie.
Well, I think that was more that it was an elf doing it. Unfortunately, not quite elvish.
I would give you a bonus to stealth for using them
Okay.
in that manner. In this
I
one
have
scenario.
trackless step, but no way to message anybody. So it is ideal that Gunn actually go,
hmm
because he can communicate over distances.
What you should do is you should carry him. And then
I
just
can get
throw
on
him
my
into the
back.
cave.
They'll never see us coming.
No, the basic plan, unless something changes, will be for you guys to draw their attention, draw them out once I get in position. Sound good?
Sure.
And I will communicate back if that needs to change.
That sounds
So-
good to me.
I will I'll put up my hood for invisibility and start trying to make my way over there as carefully as I can.
Okay,
For the first half.
sure. Okay, so you're not going the whole distance?
No, I'll go about halfway there first.
Okay, let's see if I can arrange this in an interesting way or a useful way. Okay, let's see.
Did we just make you add 200 feet to the combat map?
I'm not gonna do that, so we'll just have to deal. I've already set this up, so let's see. I think this will work. Do that. Okay. This is gonna be awkward because you're hiding behind the stream label up there. But okay, so you go invisible and march out over into the field. Let's give you a. Let's have you roll stealth for initiative to start with,
Sure.
and everyone else can roll perception for initiative.
Well, I don't
Oh.
have a token.
Yeah, here. Let me give you
Everything
guys
is black
tokens.
on my screen.
Here,
Oh,
give you
there I
some tokens. You're off
Oh,
map.
there.
You're not
Not
really on
actually
the map
here.
right now. Can I put you over here?
Stealth for initiative.
Perception for initiative. Oh, that's pretty good. 36.
And I'll do Shalelu. Shalelu, what's your percepts? I had Shalelu over here. Your perception is that plus that is okay. Sorry, what's Gunn's number? Is it actually the? It's
It's a 23.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. You guys are just off map. Don't go running around back there. I trust you.
I'm going to explore all of the darkness.
Don't explore the darkness, please.
I'm going to
Okay.
attack the darkness.
Gun. Well, I mean, Greshy asked if they want to do anything, but otherwise it's Gun. You're invisible.
I am going to pull out my Wand of Longstrider. That's it.
Okay.
I'm just chilling, waiting.
Okay. Shalelu, I guess, will draw her bow and just be ready in case anything bad happens.
That's what I should do. Though it doesn't matter for me, I'll still draw my crossbow.
What was the click? It was a control.
I believe it's Alt.
Alt is sorry.
Control.
Oh,
and then-
Shift. Shift right
Oh.
click.
Okay.
To have it
that's-
stay.
If you're
That's
trying
what it is.
If you're trying to make waypoints in Roll20.
Yes.
Ruler. Yes. That is a shift right click.
Okay. So that's 3 actions. Like 2 actions gets me to here, and the third one gets me to here. I think.
Okay, so you start making your way across the snowfield. And let me see what your modifier is. That looks like
My
a plus
Stealth
13.
modifier is plus 14.
14, okay.
plus whatever. No, I haven't used the boots yet.
I thought the boots were part of this.
No,
you
I
have to
have
turn
not
them on?
activated. I was going to activate the boots next turn because I can only
Oh,
use
I
them for
see.
one turn to run,
Oh, okay, sure.
and at this point I'm farther away.
Okay, so you got. So sorry, that was a plus 14. You said.
Yes.
It looked like you only had a plus 13 on your initiative roll there. But...
There's a +1 item bonus.
Oh, I
from
see. Plus
roll.
1 item bonus. There it is. I see. It's hiding. Okay, so plus 14. Okay, so you crouch down low and kind of just quickly step your way through the snow. It crunches lightly. You're trying to keep yourself low and hidden as the snow continues to blow all around you. They
I'm
don't
also
seem
invisible,
to...
but they.
Yeah, you're
yeah,
also
they-
invisible, yes. But they
Does
don't
the
seem
snow
to...
fall on your head?
It becomes invisible as it lands on him.
Oh, that's good.
Second round. The ogres don't seem to react. They're both just stoically just watching out into the distance. They both have just ogre hooks at the ready.
Okay.
One of them has his hook is kind of leaning on his ogre hook. The other is just kind of slapping it into his hand.
Oh, damn. 90 feet gets me right there. Right.
Directly
I'm gonna
next to them.
I'm gonna free action activate my Boots of Elvenkind. And I'm going to move. Actually, I'm only going to move to about here. Because I expect that when they see my allies, they will move past me if I'm not moving.
Okay, so oh shit! Sorry, if you're using stealth, if you're actually sneaking, you do actually have to move at half speed.
Oh, half speed? Okay.
Yeah.
Then in that case, 3 actions will get me to here.
Sorry,
Yeah.
none of you guys
No,
are
good call.
rogues, so I always forget about the stealth. How stealth
Okay.
sneaking works.
3 actions moving at half speed gets me to about halfway to them, which is fine.
Okay. In that case, I'm stealth for you, plus your 13, 14. Versus their... No, they don't seem to notice anything. Greshy, Asher, Shalala, if you guys want to do anything.
I'm using my wand of Longstarter to cast it upon myself, and then I'm going to stow it again.
Okay.
I have
Stashed away
long
in my
legs,
bag.
so I'm alright.
I don't. So I
Sorry,
did.
Greshy. Now we'll run at the same speed.
I should actually be faster.
So casting, using the
I'm
wand
30.
to cast
Okay.
Longstrider on yourself, your legs become a little bit tighter, a little bit more toned. The snakeskin bodysuit
Hugs them perfectly.
hugs them perfectly, yeah.
Not
Just
that
kind
anybody
of-
can tell because I'm still
Oh,
wearing the terrible robes
Greshy.
over them.
I can sense it. Because she's gotten
You
a little bit taller.
Yeah, you hear that slight rubber on or leather on skin, rubbery sound.
Well, I hope that's
It,
Greshy's
like squeaking together as his butt just becomes that much perkier underneath the rags.
Squeaks as he runs.
Yeah.
This is not a sight or thought process I ever want to deal with.
Okay, third round, Greshy.
I mean, I'm still busy imagining Greshy's butt, in snakeskin. So, no, he's just waiting for the word from Gunn as far as going forward, but that was it.
Okay,
Same here.
Asher, same thing. Gunn.
I'm going to perceive as far as I can in the cave
From where you are.
from where I am.
So if you want to do a seek, we call that a seek basic action. What's your perception modifier?
It is also 14.
14. And you're just trying to look back into the cave to see what you can see back there?
Yep.
Okay. You pause there in the snow and look look with your special eyes. So you can see the bones of this massive creature. That's what these are here. It's like rib bones arcing up and framing this tunnel into the mountain. Behind that, you can just barely. The cave itself seems to be quite dark. But behind that, you can make out what appears to be some kind of massive statue. Either of some giant or just giant-sized. It appears to be wearing shimmering gold armor that twinkles in the light. And you can just barely make out a massive Sahedron medallion hanging from its neck. But the statue itself otherwise appears to be made of more mill stone. The passage you can just barely see in the dimness beyond some very large stairs leading up into deeper into the tunnels, or into the cave. You don't know really whether it's tunnels or one chamber or what, but it all appears to be one long tunnel there. It does narrow to about 10 to 15 feet is about how wide the staircase is, versus the opening of the cave, which is like I said, about 70 to 80, 85-ish. Yeah.
Okay.
That's your perception.
That's my first action. Second action, I'm going to cast message and tell them, get ready. I'm going to try to get behind them. Go in a few moments. And third action, I'm going to activate the Bracelet of Dashing. And then that's it. So I don't move this round.
Alright, so the Bracelet of Dashing is activated. Shalelu just kind of nods to herself and is ready to go. Greshy?
I don't know what a few moments mean.
That's what I was
one
gonna
round.
say.
So
I was like, Greshy, what is a few moments?
It means next round I'm going to move, and then probably the round after that I'm going to be fighting.
okay,
I don't know
well,
what that means.
Greshy shrugs.
You guys can. I'll allow you to intuit that a moment is probably about a round.
Okay. I think
About
we'll
6 seconds, Greshy.
we'll get ready to move here. Be right-
Alright,
Oh,
I'm
we're
ready.
Okay, so
down on the second line.
Greshy and Asher, you.
I actually don't know how
Fair move.
far away we are off. I'm assuming we're like at the tip of the map, but I can't see.
Yeah, you're kind of at the tip of the map. Add 10 feet to the edge of the map is roughly where
Okay.
you guys are.
That's fine then. Oh wait.
Oh, I can cheat by looking at those.
Yeah, sorry,
Okay,
you
it's
can
a
look
bit
at the-
far. I would have to move. Cool. That's all I wanted to know.
If you want, I can put you actually on the map here, so you can actually see.
Yeah, I had to look at like the map you have while putting my little arrow on.
Yeah, it's fine. I guess Rock is on Phelan.
All right, cool.
Rock's right and failing for now.
Okay, Gunn.
Next round I'm going to try and stealth my way over behind this banner here.
Okay, so
Not going directly
do-
between them.
you do 2 sneak actions. Is that
So that is 3. That is a triple move.
a triple move?
I
Sneak.
guess. Do I need to sneak every time? Is every single action a check?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I just
Then-
do. I'll just roll 1, but I guess it is
Well,
technically.
if you want to
3.
interrupt
yeah,
me
it is,
partway
it is-
there.
it should be 3. But okay, so it is 3 sneaks.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. Okay. So you slip. You can go the entire distance. So you slip behind one of the banners, the southeastern banner of the two, and tuck in behind it. They don't seem to have noticed you. They haven't reacted at all. You've left footprints behind, but they get quickly covered up by the snow.
You did confirm that they're, alive, right?
Yeah, I mean, they're there, they're looking around. Every once in a
we've seen
while, one
them,
of them
like
mutters
holding
something
their
in your
weapons
tune.
and such.
Yeah. Yeah, they seem to be alive and moving. One of them grunts at the other in Yotun. Gunn wouldn't understand it, and Greshy's too far away to hear them. Shough looks to the others. Are you guys ready? I'll cover you if you need to. Greshy.
Alright. Greshy tells Phelan to charge. And Phelan will take 2 actions to go to there.
Oh, Phelan.
Okay, so Phelan charges out in the snow with Rock on his back.
And then Greshy's going to follow a little bit behind and get to there in 2 actions.
Okay. Let's see, what's the bonus?
Oh, Greshy should have this focus point back.
Okay, so Greshy and Phelan come charging in. You're just like running through the snow as fast as you can with your long strider.
Roar! We're scary, come get us.
Are you yelling?
No.
Okay, you're just... It's just like something lifts up out of the snow and just starts to run towards them. One of the
That's
ogres...
pretty terrifying. Oh no, Rock is there.
One of the ogres spots you guys right away and grumbles something to the other one. They ready themselves for combat. Asher.
Alright, I'm gonna use 2 moves to come over here. Alright. I think this is close enough. Let me double check. It is exactly close enough. And I'm going to shoot my cute little crossbow at the one to our left.
The northern
I
one.
guess my right.
Okay, take a shot.
Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. This one.
Don't throw away your shot.
I'm shooting you. A 34.
34. That is a critical hit on ogre number 1 on the left, or I guess on your right.
Work. Okay, let's see. I have to remember it's the. I didn't hunt prey, so I don't have to do that.
Oh, and this is
Ooh,
well
okay.
within your range. Oh, it is just barely in your range. I see.
Yes, it is exactly my range. All right, let's see. 24, 5 plus 6, 27, 28, 38.
38 points of piercing frost flame damage
And
as this
see.
icy flaming bolt
Fire.
shoots through the air.
Plus some like fire explosion, yeah.
so fire damage. Wait, sorry. On crit does 1d10 persistent fire damage.
Okay, so
you got
he's
on
on
this
fire. He's burning.
And the frost damage is on crit. Creature is slowed against a DC 24 fortitude save.
Hey, this could probably work on these guys.
He just got a natural 1.
Oh well.
So that is a
Fourth.
crit fail. I don't think there's any
first
special crit fail effect, but he is slowed.
Yes.
I guess fort is probably their strong suit, so only a
did know
1
that.
was. But yeah,
That's
Nice.
Nice.
great opening
First time
salvo.
it's worked.
Okay, yeah, you hit this ogre square in the chest. His furs light a flame, and his whole body just begins to frost over as well. It's very odd and magical.
And that's my turn.
All right, the ogres. So sorry, this the creature is slowed. Okay. And
Slowed 1 until
fire-
the end of Asher's next turn.
And because we play only once a week, persistent fire damage happens at the end of his turn. Yes, okay. Okay, the 2 ogres. They have... Yes, okay. Ogre number 1, I guess he's slowed. He's gonna reach behind his back to grab a javelin and hurl it through the snow towards who's the closest? I guess Phelan is the closest, so he's going to hurl it at Phelan.
That's rude.
And that is that. That is a pretty big distance. this might not even work. Sorry, that is 95 feet. These things only have a range of 30. Ooh, can you even do throw
Is it
weapons that far?
I was gonna say, is it range increments or just range straight
It's
up?
usually range increment, but maybe not for thrown. Let me double check. Thrown.
I think that's still.
No, it just has a range increment. Some games have like a maximum of like 3 range increments for thrown weapons specifically, but this game doesn't apparently. He can try whatever he wants. What am I doing? I am.
It's just gonna be like 4 range increment saves.
Yeah, just
Yeah, so
barely.
we call this plus this. Plus, that's the number. And sorry, how many? That's like 4 range increments?
30, 60, 90.
If he took
so
a step forward, it'd only be 3, but
No, he has to draw.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
and
the.
he's slowed.
Okay, so you went -2, 4, 6. Yeah, that's only a 14 to hit.
oh, that was good.
Javelin
Okay,
lands
so
harmlessly
it
in the
attempts
snow.
to throw this javelin. Yeah, it just lands right in the snow beside Phelan as he kind of runs past it. He then takes. Go ahead and roll a d10 for the fire damage, Asher. And he needs to roll to save for it, which is just a flat check.
So it's a 4 for fire damage.
Okay, he takes 4 fire damage, and he only got a 14 on his flat save, so he is still on fire. The slow is for how many rounds?
Until the end of Asher's next turn.
Until the end of Asher's next turn. Okay. The other
Write
ogre
that for
then.
myself because I won't remember.
The other ogre is gonna run at you, or run at someone. Where's her speed? Okay.
I'm sure she can get
So
to Phelan
call
if
that.
she really wants to. Or he.
Okay, it runs out of the snow. Brah! Intruders! It shouts as it's raised its ogre pick overhead, but it can't quite reach. Gun.
Oh,
Well, I was gonna go and hit that guy, but he ran away.
sounds successful.
Maybe I missed that. It's-
I can get there in 2 actions and hit him though. But actually, I want to get this one so he doesn't run away.
Oh, sorry, it gets a little bit
Yeah,
closer than I
he's
did.
also
Okay.
on fire. So he's
So I'm
weaker.
going to run over to this guy. And this is 1 action to move.
Okay.
I'm gonna. I'm not
Okay.
actively stealthing though.
Yeah, so
I am
as
still
you
invisible.
as you dart toward it, it hears the sound of footsteps coming closer, and kind of turns, like just trying to do something about the fire, but turns and just has like a panicked look on its eyes, in its eyes, I suppose. Continue.
I will dash it with my sword. Well, I will slash it with my sword.
Okay.
So that will be here for a 31.
31 should be another. Well, 31 is a critical. Yep, that's crit.
Oh wow.
Roll done.
Nice. 28 and 22 makes 50.
Okay, so you dart forward, 1 quick motion, swing your sword across its chest, cutting right through, leaving a big gash, blood spewing out. It collapses on the ground in pain. It is dead.
How about for my 3rd action, I command Rock to try to jump off of Phelan.
And I guess in the process, you decloak yourself.
Yes.
from
Well, I
doing
mean, the invisibility ends either way
Yeah. Okay.
because it's a hostile action.
Yes, attacking while invis. Yeah, you reveal yourself as part of the strike. Okay.
So 3rd action will be command animal companion. Rock will jump down off of his perch on Phelan back.
Okay.
And he can move a whole 10 feet. So
Aw.
Well, he can pick which square he's in, and dismount is just he can go into any square around him.
okay.
So if you
well,
wanted,
we'll
he
land into-
could he can be in any of Phelan's spaces at the time he dismounts.
So
Oh,
he
I
could-
see.
I-
So if you wanted, he could be in the bottom right space, and then just dismount into next to the ogre if you wish. But
Do I want him to be right next to the ogre, though? I don't think so. I was thinking that I'm going to move 10 feet and step over
oh,
here
I see. You're commanding him to
Like-
run or
to,
stay safe.
yeah.
Okay.
All right. What do you call out to him?
I will say, Rock, just hide out. Stay low.
He kind of jumps and flutters a bit, kind of tumbles his way off of Phelan into the snow, kind of face plants a bit, and then gets up, scurries away through the snow to the east.
With the whole move, I mean, with move 10, he's not
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, it's not very fast. Okay,
It's a lot.
Shalelu. She has already hunted this ogre on a prior turn, so she will get her hunted shot in. I actually put that in her character sheet for real. I did. Cool. Hunted shot. First one is a critical, second one's just a hit, so we roll, I guess, 3x damage and add it up.
Woo.
That's a lot. Now that's some damage. It's probably the most damage she's ever done. 37 points
Oh my
of
God.
piercing damage. To ogre number 2. And I guess she'll go ahead and take 2 more shots. Sure, why not? They're both pretty low. They're both third actions. One of those 2 shots hits, but the other does not. So damage. Another 15 points of piercing damage into the ogre. It's still standing, but looks pretty weak as a flurry of arrows peppers it. Round 6, Greshy.
All right, Phelan gets in. So I will actually take 2 actions to give Phelan 3 actions. He's going to step towards the ogre. And then he's going to chomp.
Okay, Phelan moves in, closing the gap to the ogre.
That's a natural 20 for a total of 37.
Does a critical chomp, go and roll double damage.
Chomp. And chomp.
Okay, it's surprise, feathering with arrows, caught it off guard. Phelan goes right in for the jugular, kind of paws up, slams this ogre to the ground, and just chomps right in. The ogre is dead as Phelan pulls out its throat.
Ooh, wow, that worked.
Asher.
That seems
Oh.
too easy.
We're still going.
Oh, I would spend my last action getting closer, I suppose.
Oh, sorry, yeah, Greshy still has an action.
But that's fine.
Well, now I can spend most of my actions having this shit.
Get to there. That's
Uh,
fine.
So Greshy goes scurrying through the snow, up the hill towards the... or up the incline, rather, towards the cave mouth.
Alright, I'm on my way too.
Alright, Asher goes...
So that's 2 moves, and I reload while I do that.
Okay.
Does
So
it
you're
look
kinda
like
moving
there's
your-
anything else around?
No immediate danger yet.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so you're
that's the turn.
running over towards the western cave wall, western side of the cave entrance, while reloading your crossbow.
I'm actually gonna stop my turn here, I think.
Okay, you can, sure.
Just to stay at a ranged.
Okay, yeah, you kind of try to maintain distance.
Until Gunn says it's alright to continue forward. I will be a good listener.
All right,
After our
Gunn.
last battle.
Gunn, it's your turn.
I'm going to move over to the cave wall here. Just put
Okay.
my just up against the wall so I don't present such a good target. And I will use a message to let's see. I can see everybody. I'll message Asher and
yeah,
Greshy.
you can see everybody, but you probably can't see Shough from where she is.
I'll message Asher and Greshy individually, but with the same message of let's go in but quietly.
Okay.
Sure.
I think I can actually reply this time.
Yeah, I'm visible now. So
Yeah, he's visible, so you can both reply.
Ah, gosh, sure.
Okay, Shalalu's turn. Seeing you guys make your way closer towards the cave entrance, she's going to kind of stand up and dart her way towards the opposite entrance. So 10 feet to get there. 30 is 30. 60. Sorry, that should be 20. 30, 40, 50 is here. 50. Then 60, 70, 80. So there. Okay, so she comes circling around the outside. Low to the ground, bow drawn. Ready in case anything happens. Top of the round, Greshy.
Alright, Greshy's going to make his way to here. And then have Phelan come forward as well.
Okay, so Greshy and Phelan both make their way towards the eastern side of the cave mouth,
Aye.
while Asher is going towards the western side. Asher. Or Asher's keeping his distance, but...
Wee! Okay.
Asher decides to, rather than being at the opposite cave side of the cave entrance, runs over towards where Greshy is.
I'm serpentining. Here we go.
Okay, he's just snaking across.
Wait, I'm actually gonna go over here.
Are you? Okay, so Asher
Yeah.
runs towards Greshy and then turns, and then
Whee!
like heel turns and runs back towards the opposite entrance, literally serpentining
No
across
one's
the
gonna
snow.
shoot me.
Gun.
I will. Can I use message and give Rock an order? Will you allow that? Like the command animal via message?
Would he understand?
I mean, that would be two action. I would allow that as two actions, sure.
All right. Well, then I'll use 2 actions to
This
quietly
message is normally
command
one,
Rock.
right?
Hmm?
Message is normally one action.
Message is 1 action.
Okay, yeah, I would allow you to combine, like, do 2 actions to do a message command, sure.
All right, sure. Then Rock has 2 actions to slowly make his way here, and I'm going to perceive down into the cave and see if anything's coming. Yeah.
Okay, you send Rock a telepathic message. It kind of looks around confused, but then seems to instinctively know what you want and starts to waddle its way
It's,
through the snow towards you.
It's sort of telepathic. You're like mouthing the words, and then they are actually hearing them.
Right. But it is kind of like in your head, not a...
No, it sounds like someone's whispering in your ear.
Oh, okay, sure. But it's still confused at
Mhm.
at you being close to it.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, your third action was to do some kind of perception. is that what
Perception, just watching to see if anyone's coming.
Okay. I think I remember your bonus. Okay, watching the stairs up ahead. Doesn't seem like anyone's coming. Shough too will approach. I think she can get up to the get up to beside Greshy.
Jason's gonna leave us an initiative order this whole dungeon just to make us nervous.
I mean, at the end of the round, it doesn't seem like anyone's immediately responding. Perhaps no one heard. Combat was quick.
Mostly
Maybe there's no one
arrows and a chomp
inside.
And a slice. All right.
What is this big cave made out of?
Okay. Let's have Rock slowly make his way here.
In the meantime, Greshy's gonna backtrack to the ogre out in the field here and see if there's anything notable on them. Keys, gold, hunting horn, like a notification horn, because otherwise it'd be kind of weird for them to be guards.
Okay, so Greshy runs back out to the to the ogre that's in the middle of the field and starts sifting through his stuff. Asher said something, I think.
Oh, the bones that this cave is made out of. Is there anything occulty I could do to be like thinking about something I've seen that's this big?
Let me look at your skills and I will roll it for you.
Okay.
I know which skill this is. These are dragon bones.
Ooh, I love dragons.
Do you?
Yeah, they're my best friend. The reason for my entire existence.
Should we
Alright.
cover the bodies?
So yes, Asher, you
snow.
looking at the bones, you can recognize that they're clearly big enough to be dragon bones. You don't know what kind of dragon specifically, but definitely some kind of dragon bones. Old too; they've been here a long time. While that's happening, Greshy, you're sifting through this ogre's stuff. You do find its massive ogre hook, as well as a hunting horn. Indeed.
So there was a hunting horn, they just never got a chance to blow it, I suppose. Okay.
Other than that, it's got like its normal furs, but it didn't really have pockets, so.
Well,
nothing.
that's fine.
Do you want to take any of that, or just leave it?
I'm gonna leave it unless...
Any runes on that? Probably not.
I doubt it. It's hard to tell because I didn't get a chance to swing it, but...
Mm-hmm.
I'm mostly just looking to see if they'd had anything might be worth our time.
Mm-hmm.
Hunting horn's probably the closest. We could use that as a distraction if we really wanted to, but I feel like it might be just fine going in stealthily.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Greshy has made his way back to the rest of the group, and you check the other ogre, it seems much the same. This one has like a necklace of teeth around its neck, a variety of various creatures.
Oh, Asher. Do you want a necklace?
Ooh, of what, Greshy?
I don't know. There are a bunch of different, like, sized teeth.
Hmm.
Does that sound interesting to you?
Yes, I do like teeth. Varieties of teeth. I'll look at them. Asher's just kind of standing in the middle of the rib cage, like doing this with his arms, like measuring
stretching
how
out his
big-
arms, trying to figure out how big this thing is. Yeah.
He's like barely paying attention to everyone else. He's just like,
Wingspan.
ooh.
Well, if you want it, there's a necklace of teeth of some sort. I don't know. But
I suppose the blizzard will cover the bodies pretty quick.
I
I'm
mean, we
not
could
so
drag
worried
them out into the blizzard.
actually, Phelan, you come here. We're gonna drag this one out around the corner
Okay.
to the northwest.
So Phelan and Greshy work together to drag one of the ogres, the ogre that died in the entryway, out and into the snow around the corner, basically.
This'll do for hiding it for now. They'll find it if they're looking, but
Mm-hmm.
anything that
Snow
gives us a bit
is
more time.
gently piling up outside.
Right,
Okay.
There's some kind of statue up ahead here.
statue.
Yeah, up ahead you can see in the dim light there is some kind of massive statue. Sorry, there. It's brilliant golden armor, shimmering as the light touches it. dim filtered light from the snow clouds, I guess.
Can cast light on a sword, right?
Aye.
Yeah.
Let's do that. And then if I sheath it, it should be hidden.
So that's here. Let me give you another little torchy thing.
I just realized we never went back for your whisk.
It's fine.
We had
It'll
to
be
leave
waiting for
bed.
us.
Maybe the black arrows will have it when we come back.
At level 20, we'll come back and we'll just wreck shop on that thing and get your whisk back.
Watch it kill us at level 20.
It's just a curious
Oh, that's a-
adventurers. It's amassed more
It's a large
bones.
thing. Okay.
Sorry, I'm fixing the token size. There you
I gotcha.
go. Okay. So it's it's 60/60, right?
Mhm.
Light radius for your light spell. Okay.
Yep.
All right, you are now equipped with a torch. With that torch, you are able to get a much better look at this statue. Of course, my fan is blowing all of my papers everywhere, and my pages closed. Move to the side. Okay. So before you stands a kind of frosty vigil to some massive giant creature. Appears to be the statue itself is about 40 feet tall. Seems to have like painted black skin, covered by various fissures and cracks. Looks almost like the bed of a dried river. It wears this majestic gilded armor encrusted with various gems all over, and grips a massive towering glaive in one of his armored fists. I can't read correctly. The face itself is obscured by a massive full helm, but you can just kind of make out a sneering grimace carved into the stone. And around its neck, over the gilded armor, hangs a massive, massive Sahedron medallion. A good 6 times the size of the ones that you carry, but seemingly made of the same material.
So it's 2-3 feet across.
Yeah, it's way too big for
Instead
your
of 4
necks.
inches, it's 2 feet across.
Yeah.
Well, you could take it and make it into a shield if you want to, I suppose. But
Doesn't
Nice.
sound too big to carry. That sounds just right to fit inside the bag of holding.
you can pry it off there without making too much noise. But maybe that's
I
something to do
thought
on
you
the way
didn't
out.
like the Sahedron medallions.
Oh, we
Gunn.
can melt it down for whatever it's made of.
It's true.
Could be
belongs in a museum.
But in any event, behind or past the statue, to the southwest, there is a staircase, and the smoke that's billowing out of the cave seems to be coming from that direction, further south.
This does seem quite valuable. I'm going to continue to move closer until I'm across from the statue over here. This does seem quite valuable, but it would be difficult to get anything off of it.
Well, at least right now. We can always come back.
Let's deal with Lucretia before we worry about looting, I suppose.
Of course.
Mm-hmm. Anyway. I'm going to peek around the corner here a bit, see what I can see.
Okay, Greshy peeks around the corner, up the stairs. So it's basically just this tunnel. I didn't quite I filtered the art a little bit and to get rid of the little grid lines, and it's hard to make out the stairs. But that little tunnel seems to go up a ways. What is that? Seems to go up about 25 feet. And you can just make out, it looks like the path splits one way to the north and one way to the south. Give me or what's your perception modifier, actually?
My perception modifier, when I open the right window, that's Phelan's, is 19.
Okay. Very clearly, if you pause and listen, you can hear the sounds of ogre voices. It's hard to make out exactly where they are, but their voices are echoing through the caves. There's definitely ogres in here.
Well, that's to be expected, I suppose.
Like, you can hear the deep guttural tones of Yotun echoing through the caves.
Alright.
And it seems like the smoke is coming from the south, as far as you can tell, not the northern path.
Okay. Well,
Oh, you can also make out occasional, well, actually pretty frequent, like, tinging sounds, like ting, 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 ting,
like metalworking?
ting, ting, ting. Yes, like metalworking.
They're preparing for something then. There are ogres up ahead, so we should probably be trying to be stealthy, if we can.
Hmm.
I don't know about
That's
Brock
yeah.
and Phelan,
That's
but we'll
that's
try.
option one. Option two would be to maybe like tear down their statue and then have them all come running down the stairs here and see what the commotion is.
It depends on how many people that would attract and how much you
Mhm.
want to be facing them.
Yeah, I think continuing to be somewhat stealthy is probably the best.
Let's see what we can find out.
Right.
I'm guessing they're to the south. If the smokes are coming from there, that's probably where their fire pits or whatever were.
I'll move up next to Greshy and I'll have Rock wait here in the corner
Okay.
for the moment.
Asher, are you coming with?
Ash is all the way up by kind of the mouth still and does not look like he's heard what anyone has been saying. He's like in his own world of thoughts. And that's where he is.
Asher.
Seeing that, I guess Shalala would, and hearing Greshy call for Asher, she'd like look back and kind of scurry over to him. Asher, I think we're continuing on. Are you okay?
Oh shit. Yeah. I'm okay. And he kind of like starts walking and then he turns back and he's like, do you think the dragon was this big?
She stops and looks around.
She rolls some dice.
She thinks for a moment. No, not quite this big. I mean, the ribs here, she kind of runs her hand along one of the bones. It looks like they've all been taken apart and spaced out a bit. I guess to look more menacing. It's probably a bit smaller than this. Well, I mean, these are still ribs. She kind of shrugs.
I've never seen a dragon before.
Ribhenge.
I guess he's seen one dragon. He's seen a baby.
Wait,
He's never seen
yeah.
an adult dragon before. Sorry.
She's like, I thought you have seen a dragon before. Didn't you
That's
fight
right, I
it?"
have. You're but it was a baby. He's never seen it like a full grown like adult. So
Yeah,
he's not quite sure how big they get.
This is almost certainly from an adult or possibly even an ancient dragon. Taking this
Alright.
down was no easy feat.
I guess we should get going. I was lost in thought there. And he heads back. Hey, guys.
You all
Seeing
good,
that
Asher?
Everyone is caught up.
Yeah, so everybody eventually catches up to the rest of the group.
Greshy, do you want to check the next corner? If I go, they'll see the light for sure.
That's fine. I'm going to try to sneak to.
We'll move one corner at a
Here.
time. You let me know when it's.
So I can kind of check the north. What is that?
Okay, so Greshy makes his way up the stairs, climbing them carefully. They're big stairs. You do have to kind of climb your way up them. Or they're very sort of tall stairs, I guess. And you look around the corner to the north, and I guess dark vision is black and white, right?
Aye.
You can see what looks like some kind of massive pit. You're not sure how deep it goes. You can only see the walls of the pit. Yeah, you're not really sure.
Can I see any
It seems to be in
stairs
a
of any sort
chamber
from
by
where I'm at?
itself. Stairs continue to go north. Continue to slope upward to the south. But to the north, it just appears to be. You can't
Just
see all
pit.
of the walls, but it seems to be a large chamber with a pit. The smoke is continuing to come from the south,
Okay.
as are all the sounds of ogres and the like.
I'm going to sneak across to this side, to the west side of the
To the
cave.
northern side. Or yeah,
So you can
western.
kind of see, I don't see any other creatures in this.
No, the large
Sorry,
room
yeah.
to the north appears to be devoid of any creatures. Just a massive pit in the center of the room. Even from, you'd need to be closer to the edge to see exactly how deep it is. You can't see the bottom currently from where you're standing,
Okay.
and nor
I'm
can you
going to-
tell what's inside the pit, I guess.
I am going to creep up to the edge and see if I can see inside of it.
Okay, you creep up to the edge of the pit, and inside.
The snake that comes out and bites me and drags me in.
Oh, inside are dozens of charred bodies.
Oof.
Almost all of them human or humanoid. They appear to be quite badly burned. I mean, they're almost all just kind of ash and bone, basically.
Okay.
As you turn around to look back towards your companions, you do notice Yotun writing on the wall. Make sure that they're marked before burning.
Marked before burning. There's no desiccated corpses in there. They're all burned. So there's
Yeah,
no
they all appear to be completely. Yeah,
probably Sahedron then. But I
but
can't tell for sure.
the pit is probably about 40 feet deep. It's a deep pit.
Well, I ain't climbing down there. Not with my track record. I'm going to scout around the corner real quick. Try and see up the stairs.
Okay. What's your stealth on?
Stealth mod is, I believe, 16? 16.
If Greshy is moving farther ahead than I can see, I will probably move to the next corner.
Alright. Gunn moves up to the next corner. Greshy, you're
Stay
peeking
here.
up the next set of stairs.
Mhm.
Guess I should be doing the stairs kind of like. That a little bit. So sort of like that.
Just close me in more. I see how you are.
Yeah. Oh, not quite. Whatever. So yeah, you peer up the stairs. You don't see anything. The Yotun voices are definitely louder. You hear, perhaps quite close, one voice, a bit different from the other ogre tongues that you've heard, guffaw loudly. In response to presumably some joke that you didn't quite hear.
Sure.
And
Quite
just
close,
more
you say.
tink, 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 tink.
Alright, so I'll beckon at Gunn and Asher to get closer, as well as, I guess, Phelan, surely Lou, maybe Rock if he can see what's going on.
Alright, so the whole party sneaks their way up behind you.
I think
Trying to get
there's
better.
some either up the stairs or in a room off of the stairs up here. Don't know how many though. Should we charge or should we try and get closer?
Let's try and get closer.
See how many there are.
Okay.
If they see us, we can always charge at that time.
Well, it was a bit of the element of surprise at that point, but fair enough.
Mhm. And you lose it if you charge as well.
True. Then you have the initiative running in.
Okay, I'll come around the corner here.
So Gunn, you still have your light, right?
Yes.
Okay. So as you come around the corner with your bright ass light, Greshy, you can hear one of the ogres go, "Oh, what's that?" And suddenly footsteps start to charge out.
They're coming.
Okay.
Roll initiative. You can do stealth or perception, either or.
I'm doing perception at this point since stealth didn't quite happen. Oh, that's pretty good. 38.
A 32.
I will roll perception initiative. Oops. I forgot to select my token, but 22. And I will roll an intimidation. I
You
will
remember this
shout.
time.
Remembered.
I will battle cry.
Okay.
Total of 26. Wait, no, they don't. I don't roll into. Do I? Yes, I do.
Yeah, you roll intimidate versus their, I think, will DC.
Will DC.
Will DC. Yeah.
Man, did they really both roll? Okay, that's that.
Sounds too disappointed.
Yeah, I am. I was hoping better for them.
You're
That's,
really trying to cheer them on.
Yeah. Somebody's got to cheer the monsters on. What was Gunn's initiative? 22?
Mhm.
Aye.
Okay, so we got... I missed Shough. Third plus number... Wow, Shough rolled bad too.
Aren't you using the rig dice tonight?
The rig dice? No, I saved those for boss battles.
Oh, that's fair.
Only Skullripper gets to use the rig dice. Okay, so let's see. That's Greshy with a 38, Asher with a 32, Gunn with a 22, Enemy with 20, Shough with 18, and other enemies with 11. Greshy, you are up. What do you want to do?
Alright. We're going to start with having Phelan charge.
So you can't quite, even though I kind of revealed this, you can't quite see up the stairs fully. So beyond like the first 10 feet of the stairs, you don't have line of sight to.
Okay, well that's fair, because it's actually really good to know. So if I were to move,
I
are
can kind
these difficult terrain as well?
of here. That orange line is about where you can see if you're at the bottom of the stairs.
Sure.
Those
the
stairs
stairs
are
difficult
difficult terrain. Yes, all
Okay.
squares of the stairs, which go. I can draw another thing. Here, I'll draw it in red. There. Everything in that range is difficult terrain.
Alright, well,
Same thing for the stairs behind Asher.
if that's the case, I'm going to take a step back, actually. And I'm going to have Phelan stand forward towards the bottom of the stairs. And...
Okay, so Greshy backs up. Phelan steps forward in his place, blocking for him.
I'm also going to actually have... I'm going to change Greshy's position, actually, a bit, and move him over here, kind of next to Shough at the top of the first set of stairs.
Okay.
And
Max
we'll
up.
call that good. That should be...
Okay. Alright, I guess that's Greshy's turn. Asher.
Greshy went into the spot I wanted to go into. So now I have to throw him into the pit.
Just do the kick.
Yeah, well, my move's not too exciting. I'm basically gonna waddle over here to Greshy because I need to be able to kind of see down the stairs without getting charged.
Okay, so you
I
kind of
can't
sidle
see
up next to
much,
Greshy,
though.
getting the two of you are kind of in the middle of this intersection, just facing directly up the stairs, ready to do something if something comes down, I guess.
Does readying an action take 2 actions?
Yes, it is 2 actions to ready an action, which uses your reaction to actually trigger.
Sure, that's what I'll do then.
Okay, so you move,
If
use
it
1
comes
action to
running up the
move.
stairs, I'm going to shoot.
Okay. So you move with 1 action up to against the wall. Ready. Have your crossbow ready. 2 actions. Once something comes down the stairs, you'll shoot it. Okay. Gun.
Okay. I'm going to take 1 move action. I should be able to get to here, I think, if this is difficult terrain. So
Yeah.
it's 15. I'm going to raise my shield and I'm going to order Rock to move, and he can only move up to about here. I'll tell him to come. But if he's fighting difficult terrain too, then he can get to there.
Okay, so you whistle for Rock. He kind of hops his way up the stairs slowly as you position yourself in the middle of the stairway, blocking access. Okay. This creature's going to delay. Shough. I guess where she is, she can also kind of see up the stairs. She will have her bow ready in action for if something reveals itself. Okay, Ogre's turn. An ogre comes running up towards the top of the stairs and is looking to charge down at you all. Asher and Shough can both take shots.
Oh boy.
These will be... they will have cover from your allies who are in front of or on the stairway.
God, just move a little bit.
Why am I rolling
A
there? I can
little
roll.
side.
Clap of Gunn's ass cheeks, or...
They've alerted the guards.
Yeah, I have a 28 to shoot.
I don't know. I haven't heard any thunder yet, so
That's
for a while
coming.
now.
The 28, that is a critical, and both of Shalelu's attacks also critical. So
This
go ahead and roll
ogre's
your
not
crit
having a
damage,
day.
and she will just roll 4x damage.
35?
35 plus Shalelu's damage, which is that plus that plus that plus that. Total of 97 damage across the 2 of you. It is dead.
Okay.
Okay.
I was like, I hope I don't have to do the other stuff.
It runs up to the entry of the stairs as in the midst of drawing its hook. Ah, who are you? And immediately is just peppered with double arrows to the, like, one in one eye, one in the other, and then a bolt in the
Ooh.
neck. And he
great.
comes just tumbling down the stairs. And just kind of skids along the ground next to Gunn. A second ogre runs out, curious as to what just happened, sees you all there, and is going to continue kind of charging downward. I guess I didn't specify, but I generally treat downstairs as not difficult terrain. That's easy. Okay, so it's going to... It actually doesn't need to move that close. It'll move near you, and that's enough for it to do an attack. So it'll go for an attack. Oh, I can roll it in here. Ah. Neat. That is a 28 to hit, Gunn.
That's
over
a
hook.
miss.
That's a miss. Okay, so it swings its hook down on you, and you manage to just deflect it with your sword. That's this guy's turn. He'll now jump back into the mix. Seeing that something strange has happened, you all hear some cry out in your tune. Intruders! We've got intruders inside! I'll take care of them! And another figure makes themselves revealed. This is kind of a squat-looking giant. Much more kind of pale, pinkish, fleshy skin. A very intense face to him. Feels like more blubber than muscle. But as he moves forward, he is going to grab. Actually, how does this work? Yeah, he's going to use an action to throw rocks. So he's going to tear off a chunk of the wall and hurl it down the stairs at Gunn.
Gotta jump then.
That is a 30 to hit, Gunn. Minus 1 from cover there. So 29?
Nope.
Okay.
With my shield up, my AC is 33.
Wow.
Okay, so the rock doesn't hit, it just kind of comes tumbling past you. I guess with its other actions, it will just draw its club. As you just deftly deflect the rock as it tumbles downstairs. Greshy.
Alright, Gunn's in an awkward position, failing to get into place, but I think Greshy will have Phelan move up 20 feet to there, which could trigger AOO if it wants to take one or has one to take.
That ogre doesn't seem to do it.
Okay, then no problem. He's going to give this ogre a chompy chomp. Strike one. That is a 35 to hit.
35 is a critical. Double damn.
Double dam, and it takes 22, 33 piercing damage, an additional 7 electric damage, and the electric damage jumps to the creature up the stairs here.
Okay. Is that...
It does not. Sorry.
It does not. That's not quite the range. Yeah, it's 15 feet away and not 10. Okay, so yeah, the electricity arcs back towards the whatever this creature is at the top of the stairs, but it misses. The ogre on the stairs is looking quite rough. Asher.
Phelan, hey, skipping my turn here.
Oh, sorry. I thought...
None for Greshy.
Phelan takes his third action.
Oh, right, you have 3.
And then
Sorry.
Greshy still... Then Greshy still has an action on top of that.
Fine, take
that's-
your dumb actions. I don't care.
So that's a 23 to hit this time.
23, I think. That does hit. Yeah, that's a regular hit.
Alright. So that's 17 piercing and 3 electric.
19. There we go. Math.
20.
20. 20. Yeah, start. 20. Yeah. It's late. Alright, 20 points of damage. Ogre's still standing. Just
All right.
barely.
Well, in the meantime, then Greshy will take his final action to move up to the stairs. 5, 10, 15, 20, and then 30 to get onto the stairs.
Okay. He runs up to the stairs.
Now I'm
does like
done
a
with
little
all
hop.
25 of my actions.
Yes, all 5,000 of your actions are done. Asher.
How hard is it to hit this guy from where I am with a crossbow? Is it still just like, what kind of cover is this?
It's just regular cover.
Okay.
Or it's cover. I think it's just a +1 to their AC.
Okay.
Yeah, this is lesser cover, so +1.
Alright. I'm gonna hunt trade the interesting guy because he seems like he hasn't been hit yet, and the other one
Okay,
seems
the kind of
pretty hurt.
blubbery, hairless ogre in the back. Yeah.
And I do have to reload at this point, but I'm not gonna move to do it. Should be much lower actually. Whee! And then I'm going to shoot.
Okay, so you try to watch this guy's movements at the top of the stairs. You reload as he's hurling rocks down and take a shot.
32.
32 with the AC penalty will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh boy. Okay, let's see. Have to do this, and then one of.
Oh.
Wait, what is this?
You
Never
just rolled
mind.
an
Ignore
attack
that.
Oh, yeah.
Haha, just kidding. All right, here we go. So that is 20 plus my hunt prey.
So another
A 6, so 26.
26 points of piercing fire frosty damage to the strange hairless ogre in the back. Gun.
And that's it.
Yep. Gun. Is Gun there?
All
No.
right. Yep. Sorry. I'm gonna step up one step.
You cannot
Yeah.
step into
Difficult terrain.
difficult terrain, but you can.
Oh, really?
You can just,
You can
yeah, you
move.
can just move if you want.
Okay, well then I'll just move. Okay, I thought you always had minimum 5 feet on a step.
Specifically, not into difficult terrain. It always costs 10 to get into it.
There's a feat
Okay.
or a spell or something.
Yeah, there's some
Gotcha.
feats
Yep,
to work around that.
That's fine. Then I'll go ahead and make my attack 1 here against this ogre that's now in reaching distance.
Okay.
Oh,
And
you got me.
it is indeed an attack 1. It's a natural
Okay.
1.
Yeah, you move up the stair, try to strike at it, but you're kind of off balance a little bit from taking the step. It just managed to hook your sword into the wall.
And I will use my last action to call Rock. Keep up, Roy. So he can move 10 and 20.
All right, Rock hops up closer to everyone else. Shough is just gonna let loose a flurry of shots. I guess she gets. No, she needs to hunt prey, and then she'll get 3 shots off. So 1, 2, 3. That is. Where's your AC, Mr. Big Guy? AC is that. That's a miss, a hit, and a miss. So 1 hit. From Shough, 12 points of damage. Flurry of arrows up the stairs, past everyone. The remaining ogre is angry. He's going to swing his hook. I guess there's 2 creatures right here. He's going to go for Gunn. Humans, it says in Yotun, which sounds a lot like humans in common, so you can probably get what he's doing. Yay, thanks for the sub, Kawaii Rob. Ooh, and thanks for the, that die number. My dice. That probably hits, I hope. Otherwise, they're kind of fucked. 31.
31 is exactly enough to hit
Excellent.
because I didn't raise shield.
That's true, you did.
Nice. Cool. Where's your damage? There it is. I know. Die numbers of die. 14 points of piercing damage as the hook embeds itself in your armor.
Piercing?
Piercing,
Okay.
yes. Does that have another thing to do? It's gonna use a second action, since the hook is only one-handed. It's gonna use second action to draw a. Oh no! It's second action. It'll go for Phelan. Swing. That's probably a miss. That is 19 to hit Phelan. Sorry,
No.
14. 14 to hit Phelan.
It's worse. No.
Okay, and it is going to kind of move back up the stairs, a step. Let's see. Some other sounds in the distance. The sound of tinking stops kind of abruptly, and you hear the sound of more ogres in the distance echoing through the caves. as the creature at the top of the stairs bellows out, "We need help down here!" And is going to... I think he's going to hurl another rock.
I reply, I thought you were going to take care of it. In your tune.
Well, I can hear you down the stairs. Don't you mess with me, you dwarf! And it's going to, just for that, it's going to hurl this rock at you. It's going to use this 9 omen points and roll this rock. Let's see, plus that.
Too far away from my reaction to help you.
41. Does 41 hit?
41 is a crit.
It's still a crit, -1, so 40.
It's still a crit.
Okay. So it tears another piece of rock out of the wall, hurls it straight at you. You do these. This die. Let's see.
Worth.
Plus 39 points of bludgeoning damage from this rock. What does that do?
Ow.
Okay, that's doing.
I'm still alive. It's fine. Ow.
And it's gonna step back a bit out of sight. Okay,
Aren't you running
round
away?
3. Greshy.
Well. That hurts a bit, but, we're gonna have Phelan take a step forward and chomp on the ogre again.
Okay, Phelan jumps forward up the stairs, goes for a bite at this thing's leg. A 30
That's a
will
30 to hit.
That is critical. Double dam.
Well, I'm sure it's dead, but
Yeah, it's definitely dead.
Yeah.
Okay, Phelan bites into its knee and kind of drags it down along the stairs. It yells in pain as the blood spills out onto the stonework. That ogre's dead.
All right. Greshy's only going to give him the 2 actions so he can start moving up the stairs a bit too. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So I'm kind of seeing... Oh, you're running away now?
I'm not running. I'm getting ready.
Well, it sure looks like you're running.
Snarling in the darkness. You can see further to the south that it looks like a narrower path, some more stairs up there, and maybe the path continues around to the west as well. So there's like a tunnel to the east and west, and a tunnel to the further south. Asher.
I don't have to see him. Can I, spend time trying to figure out what he is? Because he looks so weird.
No, yeah, you can attempt to figure this out now. Let's see. Let me see if I know. What?
I have a guess, but...
I think I know.
Okay.
Oh, right, this thing has this. Give me a society check.
Oh no!
Society. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Oh no! Somehow I'm trained in this. Why? Okay.
Humanoids are generally society.
Oh,
A
okay.
16. I'm not very societal.
16. That is a failure, but not a critical failure.
That means dubious knowledge.
Oh
Ooh.
goodness, dubious knowledge.
DM Bane.
Oh goodness.
I generally don't
Goodness.
know what anything is, so this works for me.
Let me think real quick. Okay. Let me. Here, I'll message you on Discord real quick.
Yay.
Will that make any difference? Might not make any difference. go. Okay, I have told you some facts.
Nice knowledge.
You have subscribed to giant facts.
These
Okay.
are good giant facts.
So you think about it for a bit. You're like, that might be what it is. You're not sure.
Cool.
Okay.
Oh, it's still my turn.
Yeah, it's still your turn. So that was one action.
Well, I have to reload. I'm gonna move and reload too. So
Okay.
20 to the bottom of the stairs while reloading.
And I guess if you're
Okay,
continuing
wow,
to
what is
move, I'll let you keep moving while Gunn takes his turn.
I can.
All right.
Yeah, technically I can still do stuff, but I'll just move around.
Oh, sure. If you want to do other things, you can.
Yeah. I'm not gonna be doing. There's nothing to shoot, so I'm just gonna wander around like.
There's
Can you hunt prey the thing without seeing it?
It's already,
already
hunted.
hunted.
It's already
It's already
hunt
hunted.
preyed?
Yeah.
Actually,
Okay,
now I'm
Gunn.
gonna stay down here. Just...
I think
Okay, you
there are
just
more of them
wait.
coming. We may want to get upon better ground.
I will, let's see. First move is here.
Okay, Gunn makes his way
then-
further up the stairs.
Second move here. I think that'll get me about to the top of the stairs
Yep, you make your way up
maybe
to
I'll-
the
maybe I'll
upper
get-
landing.
against this wall here. And I'll call Rock. I'll say, come on, you can do it. Fly. Can he fly? He'll try to fly.
So you call for him. He tries to fly.
If he doesn't fly, he can only get to here.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see if he can fly yet. He's only been alive or hatched for like a couple
3 days.
days, but let's do it.
I mean, giant eagles evolve at specific rates, especially one that's been blessed by Rostel.
Okay, he jumps up to the first step and starts fluttering his wings. He can fly at half speed.
Hey.
It
Then
is
he can-
33
This
acrobatics
is
check.
terrifying. This giant chick bird flying.
That gives him, 30-foot fly, so he can fly all the way up to stand to next to me, and I'll. Good boy. Good job.
It squawks as it catches up to you at the top of the stairs.
So is that what we're gonna do for the rest? Make acrobatics checks to move at half speed?
No, it can just fly now.
Okay.
Just at half speed for now.
All right.
It can fly at half speed for now.
Oh, such a good boy.
He's learning quick.
Sorry, do you have any? That was the end of your actions.
Nope, that's 2 moves for me and 2 moves for him.
Okay. Shalelu then is gonna make her way over to the stairs. She can
She's
get
a secret. She's in the dark. Oh, there she
20,
is.
25. So one move action. Second move action. Third move action. Okay, so she can kind of make it up to right at the lip of the stairway. Okay, Ogre's turn. Another ogre comes in from around the corner. Sees you all there, and moves to attack Greshy, who's the
Nice.
closest. That is a natural 20.
Okay, what's the total?
That's a good point.
I mean, I imagine it is, but
Sorry, where is this guy? There it is. Call that 32.
yeah, that's a crit.
Okay,
Guilty.
32 is critical. But
That's
he's
a
guilty.
crit? Oh, yeah,
it's a
because
hit,
it's
which
that
makes it a crit.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. So it will be a critical. He's gonna go through with it anyway. He gets his 2. These dice plus this. Oh, just plus something extra.
Your whole way of life is flawed, monster.
Die, monster! You don't belong in this world.
That plus that plus that. 31 points of piercing damage reduced by the guilt.
So 19.
19.
And
points of
the
piercing
creature
damage.
becomes Stupefied.
Enfeebled.
No,
Enfeebled.
enfeebled.
Okay, so as it strikes, you give it a look of scorn. It, unsure what to do, it still goes through with the attack, but feels bad about it.
And he gets 4 persistent good damage if he's evil. Wait, is it good damage? Now I have to check, because now I know that...
It's important.
It
Probably
is
good damage.
Yes, this creature is evil, but I think the good damage will count. Okay, so that was moved, attacked. It's going to go for a second swing. This is at a -2. What's that?
Yeah,
minus
it's good damage.
that. It's like a 19. It's not going to hit,
No.
I assume. Okay.
That's all you got, Ogre?
I'll tear you all apart. The strange giant creature at the back of the hall, to the west, I guess, is going to grab another rock and hurl it as hard as he can towards Greshy, I guess. Sorry,
I guess.
Gunn. Wait, Gunn's kind of against the wall. I don't think he can see Gunn. He's going for Greshy.
Okay.
Greshy!
Greshy's an easier target.
We call that plus that. I think that is... I want to say it's 32. No, I lied. 35.
That does hit. It is not a crit.
Okay. Hit, but no crit. 4 damage. It's rock. How much damage? 21 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ow.
From the rock that he chucks across the room. And then he's gonna move. Wait, where was he? He was like here.
I
Okay, he goes running down the corridor, stomping as he goes. You can feel the cavern shake as he does so. That is the end of the round. Call that. Jeez, they can't roll at all. This is like 9. Okay.
9.
Greshy, your turn.
All right.
There's an
Phelan
ogre in front of you.
jumps into action.
Jotun.
He jumps forward.
Okay, Phelan bounds up the stairs.
He's going to take his bite. That is a 29 to hit.
29 is a critical. Double damage.
Okay. So that is 15, so 16 and 23.
Sorry, 16 damage and 23 damage.
Aye, unless they're weak to electricity, but I don't think they are, so
No, they're
just
they're
combine.
ogres. Okay, 16 points of damage and 23 points of damage.
And
from
he
the 2
will
attacks.
take his second bite while
Or
he's
from
at
the one
it.
critical bite, sorry.
Second bite. 23 to hit.
Second bite's just 23, that's a regular hit. Roll damage.
That is a 20 total damage on that
Alright,
one.
20 points. The
And
experiencing
Greshy-
electricity is the electricity arcs through its furs, giving it a little bit of a singe.
Greshy's going to quickly whip out some medicinal supplies and do some battle medicine on himself to bolster some of his slight wounds that he's taken from being hit by a rock and slashed by a hook thing.
Couple of rocks.
A
Alright.
couple rocks straight to the face. We'll do this at expert, so I think it's a DC 25.
Expert DC 20.
DC 20? Okay.
Does battle medicine change it?
No, it just it's the
Expert's
same-
DC 20. Yeah.
Yeah, with the same DC as for treat wounds. So we'll go with expert attempt on this one.
All right.
That's a failure.
Natural 1. It's a critical failure.
It's not a critical failure. It's just a failure.
Oh, sorry. It's just a. Oh, yeah. Sorry. A 22 would be a success.
Would have
This
been a
is just
success, but
Yes. Okay, so you try to quickly bandage your wounds, reaching for some salves, rubbing them on. You manage to grab the wrong one, and you just kind of rub some lotion on the wound. It stings a little
Ooh,
I
bit.
mean, at least the
Moisturized.
moisturized eye. Important.
Ooh, slipping yourself up.
I guess Asher, you're up.
Alright, well, I'll shoot the ogre that I can see.
Okay.
Since I'm all reloaded from last time. With my natural one, I
Natural
come
one.
in with a shoot.
You do have a hero point.
You do have a hero point if you want to use it.
It's your fodder.
No. I'm okay right now.
Okay.
Alright.
That's
Well,
kind of why I saved mine, because I was like, this sucks, but it's not.
Alright, well, I'll just
hurt
do a little
things.
reload.
Okay, the bolt just kind of catches itself in the mechanism and ends up like flipping out instead of firing properly. You grab another
Do
bolt,
my reload and
reload
move.
as you charge up the stairs.
Hey, let's try a little shoot again. Let's see what happens this time.
I mean, what's the odds of 3 natural ones in a row?
It's a 30.
30 is better. That is a critical hit. Rolled up, damn.
Okay.
That should be enough to kill it.
Go. This is easier because it's not a hunt prey target. So I don't have to do extra math. Let's see. 19,
38.
25, 38. There you go.
Yeah, as you charge up the stairs, reloading, and you get one more shot in. This one lands right between the eyes. The ogre falls back on the floor, dead, on top of the stairs. Gun.
The first shot wasn't that great. Can I do like a quick be right back? I'll be really fast.
Oh yeah, you can be right back.
No.
Alright. Well, I'll be right back. BRB. Oh, sorry, do you want us to keep going, or?
Yeah, it'll just be really
Oh, okay, sure. Alright. Asher
Well, I'm
will
gonna look
return
around.
after this.
All I know is that one enemy ran down that way, and there's 2 other passageways. So let's see.
So yeah, there's a passage to the east, the west, and the south. Passages everywhere. And obviously you came from the north.
Where's the smoke coming from?
The smoke is coming from the southeast direction, the eastern path.
Okay, but the dude ran to the west.
And you can clearly hear the sounds of ogres coming from that path as well. There's definitely more.
Okay. I'm gonna let Phelan cover the giant creature for now, and I'm gonna move this way. Let's see, 25, 50. I can get to there with 2 actions and then scope out. And scope is what I'm gonna mostly do here. Let's see.
Okay, Gunn makes his way around the corner, sees some stairs leading down into a larger open cavern, where he can see at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ogres, all gathering weapons and running in his direction.
Okay. Rock is gonna come and keep up with me.
You can also see what appear to be massive anvils,
Actually,
boxes all around, some steel helmets mid-working, and some big smithing fires placed around the room. Yeah, that seems
Yeah,
to be the
keep up
source of the
with
smoke. Okay, you
All right.
have Rock come to catch up with you.
and that's my whole. We both double move.
Okay. Shalelu is going to finish her move up to the top of the stairs. I guess cross.
I think I can hold this side. I'll say.
Okay, if that's what you want. And she kind of darts across to the opposite side to get a better look at the ogre that's, or not ogre, the giant creature that's running down the hall. And she's gonna, those two movements, yes, 2 movements, and she'll take her hunted shot. She still has him targeted. Why am I rolling there? I have the sheet. Roll. Only one of those 2 hits. Damage, 12 points of damage. She unleashes a flurry of shots, whistling through the hall. He hurls another rock back at her. he is. That is a critical. Yeah, that's a critical hit. Number plus number, 37 points of bludgeoning damage. Smacks Shillelagh in the chest, and she kind of tumbles backwards a bit as the creature continues to make his way away from her. And you hear shouting in that direction. Ogres, more ogres. All the ogres. What's their speed? Okay. So, back towards the room where Gunn is at. Ogre number 1 comes charging up the stairs. Can make it up to here, right at the edge of the stairs, and will swing at Gunn with a hook. That is a miss, for certain. More ogres start running up the stairs. They've all gathered their weapons, and they're coming for you. Or equip their weapons, rather. And they're all shouting battle cries as they charge fearlessly towards Gunn and party. Being a little loose on their movement, if anyone is trying to rules lawyer me. It's a lot
I
of
can't
ogres.
see most of them, so it's fine.
Getting out the book.
Stream can see them. YouTube friends can see them. I'm cheating them. It's fine. I don't care. Top of the round, Greshy.
Okay, so 30 feet of movement puts me to there. So we're gonna head south to see what Gunn sees. Oh, quite a few of them. Are they coming downstairs?
Yes. They're coming up some stairs towards you.
Up some stairs.
Yes.
Very interesting.
So you can see, there's a good 10 of them there. About 6 of them are actively on the stairs. The rest are making their way up the stairs. And behind them is a big open chamber. Looks like they've been doing some kind of smithing or ironwork at the back there, around some big fires.
Big bada boom.
That seems like a good point. Okay, most of them. So, Greshy charges up a bit of fireball energy and launches it from this point right here.
Or, I guess you don't have it in hand. Never mind.
I don't. And it does
All
take
right.
an action.
Here,
Next
I'll
turn. Next
grab my fireball template. If I still have it. I think I do.
Bottom left corner of number 7.
20-foot radius fireball.
So that will be 3rd level.
Oh,
There we go. Sorry, here? Is that what you want?
It is a 20-foot burst, and so I can't see anymore. But it's the bottom left corner of number 7, which should hit.
Number 7.
Is that going on a corner of a square or or centered on a square?
Center in a square.
Isn't 20 foot? Oh, maybe I'm using the wrong 20 foot thing. This one has an intersection. That seems about right, though, still.
Looks like it's
That's good enough. We got it.
Well, it should hit everything except number 1 was basically
Yeah, that's...
based on that point.
Wait, sorry, is burst not an intersection?
And I don't think so.
Burst rules. All forth
There's
from
a-
a single corner of a square. So yeah, it's an
Single
intersection.
corner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how bursts work. Yeah, so I think you cannot catch number 9. Or number 1.
Well, I don't need to catch number 1. I wasn't planning to.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I think there's
Okay,
no
fine.
way to catch...
That's fine.
Yeah, there's no way to catch number 9 or number 1 in this setup without dropping some others. Okay, so they all need to roll reflex saves against, what's your DC?
29.
29. Let's get those ogres back. They're all
I'm sure
dead,
they're quite
aren't they?
agile. It'll be fine.
So 29 is the DC.
Aye.
There's 10 of them.
Well, there's 8 of them that are within range.
Oh yeah, there's 8 in range. So that is fail, success. Sorry, what was the number?
29.
29.
29. Okay, sorry, that was fail, fail, crit fail, fail, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 6 is crit fail. 7 is a crit success. 8 is a crit fail. Okay,
So I counted 4 crit fails and 3 fails and 1 crit success where they take no damage.
Yep, that's what I got. Okay, so that's we'll just do these in
So,
order then. So
Number
2
7,
fails.
who is standing right next to it, is totally unscathed.
Well, actually,
Saw it
oh,
coming.
I'm
What was
starting
the
from number
total of
2.
the roll?
I'm starting from number 2. The total of the roll, it was already a success, so it got up to a
Okay.
crit success, yes.
Alright, just double check.
Sorry, so this is 24 points of fire damage to these.
Aye.
So number 2 takes 24 points of fire damage. Number 3 takes 24 points of fire damage. Number 4 takes double that, which is 48 points of fire damage. Is almost dead. Number 5 takes 48 points of fire damage. Is
That's
almost
like
dead.
Will's smile. He's
I
like,
wanted
yeah.
Phelan to go the other way.
Number
I
6
can hold these guys.
Aye.
takes 24 points of
Okay.
fire damage. Number 7
Actually, you know what? I'll leave it to Jason.
Jesus.
takes 48 points of fire damage. Number 8 is the one that crit succeeds and takes absolutely nothing, despite being right in the center of the blast somehow.
I'm
they-
trying to
Ducks
stop
behind
coming.
number 7.
yeah, she grabs number 7, pulls her into range, making her crit fail while she takes nothing. And that leaves number 10, who's the only one left in the blast, who takes 48 points of damage. Okay, so massive burst of fire. Nearly killing most of the...
If only I'd upcasted to the 4th level instead of 3rd, but it's okay. Oh wait, no,
Good
that's
game.
right. I didn't prepare it at 4th level because I had to
Classic.
prepare restoration instead.
Ah, yes.
So Phelan has 1 action, but he does it. But basically, it was on accord since I don't command him.
Hmm.
Would I get to choose where he goes, or do you want to be doing that when that happens?
I mean, you can kind of... I'll let you do it, it's fine.
Okay. Then
He would instinctively follow your group's orders, I guess.
Yeah, I last thing I said was I'll hold this side, and I appreciate the fireball for sure, but I think I can. I'm worried about that giant guy who is pelting us with rocks.
well, Phelan's going to try and stand in front of Shalelu a bit, but
Okay,
he's not going to
so
want to go too far from the group.
yeah, Phelan charges out and sort of guards the eastern corridor in front of Shalelu, making sure that she's protected. Asher, your turn.
Alright. I'm waddling around. I can get to here in 2. I did the math. And I'm reloading while I'm moving because I can do that. I don't think I see him.
No, you don't currently see the large giant creature that fled around somewhere in the distance.
Time to move some more. And there we go.
Okay, you charge out into the darkness. I don't know how much you can actually see, right?
Not a
Yeah.
whole heck of a
Yeah,
lot.
not a lot.
I
So
gotta say.
you charge out into the dim light, just what you can barely see from the glowing sword of Gunn. Gunn.
I'm going to.
So
move-
Asher's running off to the east while past Phelan.
Perfect.
while
I'm
Gunn
going to move
is-
into the middle of the hallway here and block it, so they won't be able to maneuver past me without getting rid of me first.
Okay.
I'll
yeah, you
attack.
step in
I'll
front of the
attack number
ogres.
1 here.
All right, take your swing.
Let's do that.
Number 1 is totally unscathed.
Swing is
Oh,
natural
that's
1
what
for
you're doing.
22.
Natural 1. Okay, yeah, you swing. She anticipates your blow, pulls out her hook. You just kind of scrape metal on metal. Some sparks fly. Nothing happens.
This is fine. I'll have Rock move up next to me, and he also will make an attack. His baby's first attack roll.
Okay, Rock moves in beside you and leaps out to do a pack.
With,
Or claw, I'm not sure
with
which.
his beak.
Okay,
It's a beak attack. It is a 33 to hit.
that's a critical. Attack number 1.
All right.
Double
He
damage.
does 16 points of piercing damage.
Oh my god, did he
That is
max up-
maximum.
Oh my god, he maxed out both of them.
All right, 16 points of piercing damage.
He's wild.
Completely maxed
been
out both
waiting
his
for his
rolls. Just clambers up and just bites into her mouth, I guess, and like yanks at her tongue, tearing it out. That was your action.
Right, that's the end of my turn.
Okay, Shough is going to look back at you guys and going to try and go follow towards Asher. As she does so, she kind of turns and catches sight of something, someone sneaking around the corner who leaps at her and with long, icy, nailed claws grabs her by the neck, pulls her back. And you just get the slightest glimpse of him, Asher, in the darkness.
My blind state.
She screams out as this humanoid figure goes for an attack. He claws at her. This is a critical hit. She takes a bunch of damage. What's that? And she nearly falls, staggered by the attack. The man in question, Asher, appears to be wearing very familiar clothes. He's wearing the uniform of the Black Arrows.
Alder! No, it's not.
No. Wrong familiar clothes. No.
We'll meet again.
No,
First time for the last time.
he seems to be wearing the uniform of the Black Arrows, but he's bloodied all over. His eyes glowing with like bluish white wisps. His hands formed into icy claws.
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
His jaw kind of disfigured, just blood like dripping out, but frozen there. It's like dripping out and like just stopped, motionless, frosty. On his head is placed a crown of frozen thorns, and he just wordlessly is like trying to choke Shough out. Shough is going to attempt to do. She's not really grappled. He's just like grabbed her and hurt her pretty bad. She is going to try and pull herself. Well, she's going to try and shoot him from close range. Actually, no. She'll drop her bow, draw her short sword, and swing. That is not good enough. She just tries to slice at him. Just kind of scrapes him gently. He backs up a step. You will give my beloved back to me, he says in common hissing. His every word chills your spine. Shough needs to make a fortitude save. She fails her save. Shough begins to stiffen up. Her as she's backing away, this like coldness radiates from this creature, and you can see her legs stiffen up. She can't move. Her legs frost over, and she's stuck there. Ogres! All the ogres. Bunch of ogres. Attack. How do I even do this thing? What's your AC?
My AC is 31.
31. They have that. Okay, they can technically do it on...
Are more than 2 of them going to be able to?
Not
I guess
really. The first 2 are trying to hit you. So first attack, that'll miss. Second attack, that'll miss. Third attack, that'll miss. From number 1, number 3 also tries to attack you 3 times. Unless they get one of a handful of numbers, yeah, they're all missing. The ones in the back, number 2 and number 5 can hurl javelins up the hall at you. That's a miss. That's a miss. Not even gonna bother with their first one. Number 4 hurls a javelin. Number 7 hurls a javelin. Number 8 hurls a javelin. Number 10 hurls a javelin. Number 6 hurls a javelin. Number 9 hurls a javelin. They're all javelins are flying up the stairs. You're just swatting them out of the way.
Stand your ground.
And I think, actually, we're going to have to stop here for tonight, as this combat is getting more and more complicated.
Because my next move is so hard and I have to write it down.
Oh, I think it's going to get easier in about a turn or 2, but...
Possibly.
It's going to be a thing.
Alright. Well, we're going to have to cut this one mid-battle. I'm sorry, everyone. I wasn't actually expecting you guys to get to here. But we got there. So, I guess, thanks for playing with us. Hope you guys aren't too tired. I am starving, though. I forgot to eat dinner. So I'm going to go do that. I'm always bad about this.
Every night.
Anyway, thank you guys for playing. Thanks, viewers, for watching. Love you all. Do I? Nah, I love some of you. Anyway, Third Action Show at Twitter, twitch.tv/thirdaction, youtube.com/thirdaction, or find us on the podcast feed. Give us some love, likes, follows, whatever you want. Send me just a nice message. I like to read them.
Say hi sometimes.
Yeah, say hi. Thinking about opening up a Discord if you're interested in that. We'll probably have details in the next episode, maybe. We'll see. Anyway, good night.
Good night.